Today, we about to be watching David's team and the LAPD release new statements. Y'all know what that means. You already know what the deal is. Let's get it started.
David's manager and the LAPD have come out with new statements regarding the
Turn it up for y'all niggas.
and the death of Celeste.
Let me know if y'all can still hear me.
On David's side are loosening up and are trying to get their side of the story out. And even the LAPD, day by day, they're slowly
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, it's so many theories about this whole David situation. I got a theory of my own about this shit, but I'll get into that. Well, let's see what's going on with the video. We're gonna watch it, and then I'll let y'all know my theories at the end.
releasing more and more information. So let's get into it. So if you guys didn't know already, Josh Marshall is David's manager, and he rented or leased David's mansion in the hills. Many people thought he lived with him, he often saw him, and he's his manager, so he managed him throughout his career.
Let me just turn it up just a little bit, y'all. My
Since
fault.
he was apparently with David so often, people tied him in with a case saying, well, if he lived with David and he was his manager, surely he knew about Celeste, and surely he's at fault because he didn't report it to the police that this little girl was with David. Well, apparently that's not the truth, or that's not what happened. So this is his TikTok account, and he responded to comments on TikTok, Josh Marshall, J Mogul, and if you actually check, his Instagram is J Mogul, and he's actually gone private. Music executive, manager, father, and husband. So let's read the comments. So this girl or this guy on TikTok said, I swear to God, I've been saying this to my boyfriend. I think Josh did it. Josh is the manager.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think David did it either, but I'm gonna get to that in a second.
I think he's heavily involved. To which Josh responds with, how dare you say something like this with no facts? So then he responded to another video. This video is false and the person is misinformed. This is the only time I'll speak on this matter. For now, this has been a tough time for my family as I'm a father of 3 children. I received no emails and I'm no one's roommate. Now here he's referencing to an email. People said that apparently David got sent an email saying that Celeste is at David's house and that, David is with this little girl and she needs to go back home. And apparently, the day after this email was sent, the police went and got Celeste. But Josh is denying that. I live full-time at home with my wife and kids. My daughter is 14 and this news is affecting so many lives. I never received any emails, I had zero knowledge of anything, and I don't live in California. Also, I work remotely 95% of the time and my job doesn't require me to have much interaction with any of my clients / David, as there are many others that work with him on a day-to-day capacity, not me. This news is tragic for so many and for her family. I hope the proper authorities get to the bottom of it soon. Let me remind people a lot of this is speculation and alleged. In the meantime, I'm with my family and helping them emotionally get through the news of this tragedy. Please report on factual information. Josh Marshall.
Bro, when I tell y'all it's so many fucking lies and shit that's on this damn on TikTok and everything else out there, bro, I was scrolling on TikTok looking at all the fucking theories and all these videos that niggas got, bro. A lot of it is cap. A lot of it is fake. It's not no real video. You can go and fact check a lot of the stuff that they got on TikTok and everything that's posted. Don't believe everything you see on the internet, bro. Don't believe everything you hear, boy. It ain't the truth.
And then another comment, he said, lol, I've never lived in that home. I live in an entirely different state with my family. I do not have access to any cameras nor anything on our property. Stop creating false narratives and assumptions. Now my question is, right, before we actually get into this, is why is he making statements on TikTok comments and not a statement on his Twitter, on his Instagram, to TMZ, something along those lines? So first, I should talk about why is his name on the lease. He leased David's house. Why is that? If you say he's not involved and doesn't live there. Well, look, he is David's manager. He works at Interscope, so I'm presuming he leased the house legally because he's older and has a record of past properties and a stable income, meaning he's more likely to be chosen for the lease. Whereas David, he got the house when he was like 18, 19, or he moved in when he was 18, 19. So if he applied for the lease, yeah, he's making a lot of money, but he has kind of no history. So I feel like it'll be harder for him to get it. So the manager just sorted it out for him, and David just sent him the money monthly. And he also says, I have no cars registered in my name in California, nor have any of my cars been in that state. Please use facts to support and evidence when making comments. Now, he's saying this because when police were doing an investigation and when the movers were taking stuff out of the house, there was a red Tesla in the garage. So people presumed, since Josh is apparently living with David, that is his Tesla, but apparently he's not living with him and that is not his Tesla. Now, again, SF Investigates makes a good point. It's curious he didn't mention not knowing Celeste, or at least knowing of her and how old she was. Why speak out on TikTok after weeks of silence, I wonder? Why not at least make an Instagram post or something, since he chose the social media route? Exactly, that's exactly what I said. Make a statement, get a lawyer, maybe just tell TMZ that you know nothing, and they'll report it for
They
you.
probably weren't gonna do no statement at all, and
Maybe
then
he's
fucking
rather
niggas
keep
just
it
saying
on
shit
the
on
low
TikTok.
and wait for it to all
Y'all see the lies that niggas is
instead of
spewing on
making
that shit,
statement
bro? Ooh,
now
I'd say
in the
something too.
headlines, you know? Because right now we're not getting a lot of new news. So now if it comes out, David's manager makes a full-blown statement, then, you know, that'll be the headline. Whereas if you respond on the TikTok comments, it won't go as viral. So I'll be honest, guys, I'm not sure if he's telling the truth, and I don't think we really know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Is this guy telling the truth? Now, since he's got 2 kids and a wife, I doubt he's actually David's roommate. I literally think he's just on the lease because he's a reputable employee from the label who is also David's manager, so he just sorted out his house for him. Like, you know, David's this big artist. He doesn't have the time to sit on his laptop, look for a house, apply for the lease, do all the documents. So that's what the manager's for, to do all the backlog, all the admin kind of stuff. But honestly, I believe it. I'm not sure why I do. It just doesn't really make much sense for him to live with David. Maybe I'm too nice. Now, before we go into the police statements and the police chief who said some stuff on the news, we've got a theory. Celeste 2 was a hired industry plan as a diversion after Josh was emailed by Celeste's mum. So again, that's that email that people are talking about. So apparently Celeste's mother.
Bro, my whole thing is, if he knew this Celeste for years, how is she a fucking plant and all this other shit? Like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, that it just, come on, y'all information is not adding up. It's not adding up. Y'all contradicting yourselves. Y'all saying a whole bunch of this and then a whole bunch of that and a whole bunch of hoopty nanny rah rah. Come on.
Josh saying Celeste is in LA with David and they would like her to come back home. Josh got the email from Celeste's mum. This fact has been proven. Josh was emailed by Celeste's mum, and suddenly, within 24 hours, Celeste went home. Josh hired an industry plan to cover up the situation after being made aware. It's no.
My whole thing is, how do you know that the email was sent? Talking about the fact has been proven. How has it been proven? And when Josh over here talking about, I ain't never got no email. So how you hacked into his email? If you did, then why don't you put it out there? Why don't you let everybody else see it?
Coincidence, she also has a Hello Kitty tattoo on her arm. She is a hired industry plan. I haven't even dug deep into this, but
and then talking about there's no coincidence that she also got a Hello. Nigga, I got a Hello Kitty tat, nigga. Bro, how much Hello Kitty gear I got? Come on. Nigga, my lady got a motherfucker, got 3 Hello Kitty tats. How much Hello Kitty gear you got, Kami?
A lot of Hello Kitty.
Exactly.
If I had 10, that'd be cool, but
I know so many mamas with a Hello Kitty tat, Hello Kitty gear. It is a coincidence, buddy.
You'd be surprised.
So confident. If the day.
Now, don't get me wrong, y'all. I'm not trying to defend David. I'm not trying to say like, oh yeah, we. I ain't saying none of that. It's just when it comes to stuff like this, you have to be factual. When you're spreading lies and shit, and you saying all of this other extra stuff, bro, you're not coming up with facts. You're just trying to do stuff so you can get attention, so you can try to get a little clout and get some views and likes. No, bro, keep it factual.
That Josh email has been released, there are no Celeste 2 appearances prior. I mean, I guess it makes sense. A lot of people argue with the theory that the second Celeste, the older Celeste, is just to cover up the younger Celeste. So,
Jesus Christ, niggas is bored then.
Because they do look very similar, they have the same name, and they wear the same clothes. So, you know, it is kind of similar.
Just like every other female these days.
So guys, now let's watch the news clip of the police officer talking about the case.
It's an ongoing investigation. We have a lot of resources dedicated to bringing it to a conclusion.
LAPD Chief Jim McDonald speaking with Eyewitness News today about the relationship between 20-year-old David and Rivas, who just turned 15 earlier this month.
There are discussions that they might have had a relationship. Would you investigate that
relationship as a possibility? Because it could be illegal to have a relationship with somebody that age.
Yeah, certainly. Whenever you investigate a
Technically, it's
homicide, the detectives look at all of the associated issues as well. In this case, that's something that they would be looking at.
Now look, Chief of Police said
I know
it
he
was
mad.
a
I know
homicide.
he's
And this
mad.
case is a homicide, which means they may have proof she was in fact murdered, not OD'd, or something along those lines. Now I'm not sure if he actually knows. Do the police know? Or he just said it kind of by accident and he didn't mean to say it was a homicide? Because technically we don't know yet. We don't know if the police know because there's no murder weapon. Nothing from the
Yeah, with the statement that they released, that the coroner's office released the other day, talking about where they can't even find the cause of death.
autopsy, so we don't actually know if David is the person that killed her. Like, you know, we kind of all know, but like we have no solid.
But the thing is, we don't know though. Everybody talking, we all know. We don't know though. You can make assumptions and you can say shit, and just like how everybody was trying to say like romantic homicide or whatever the name is of that song, bro, that was fucking years ago. A lot of this evidence that y'all keep trying to come up with was years ago. You can't say stuff from he made this song to plan his murder 3 years later. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Y'all need jobs.
You need help.
Shaking my head.
Evidence, yeah, that he's the one that did it. You know what I'm saying?
Until some full proof come out that's really showing, I'm standing on that, bro. Like, I'm not saying he did it, nor am I saying he didn't do it. But I do got some theories on what's really going on.
So I think it's very
Get to that in a
interesting
second.
that this chief of police said that it is a homicide, even though it hasn't been confirmed anywhere else that it is. But we actually have more. So this guy on Reddit posted more LAPD press right now. LAPD Captain and Commanding Officer Scott M. Williams told people that he could not confirm if the musician was cooperating with the investigation. Speaking with people, LAPD Captain and Commanding Officer Scott M. Williams said that while many questions remain about the death of Rivas Hernandez, whose body was found inside the car in a Los Angeles parking lot on September 8th, we know for sure that Soledad Rivas Hernandez died and someone placed her body. Yeah, I mean, she didn't put herself in there, did she? As far as their relationship, it would be premature for me to say anything. We're looking into everything. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner has not determined a cause or manner of her death, so we don't know for sure if anyone has any criminal culpability for her death beyond the concealment of her dead body. The captain added, sharing that the LAPD's robbery homicide division is still probing the case. So guys, I've actually decided to go to the article myself to get some more information. We know that the Tesla had been parked at the location from which it was towed for several weeks. So if we search for the definition of several weeks, I know this is dumb, but like I don't know how many that actually means. Every time someone says several, I always think of seven, because several, like seven. But actually, it means only like period longer than 2 weeks, but fewer than will be considered many or a month. So yeah, like 2 or 3 weeks, which we already know. So it is very likely Celeste Rivas Hernandez had been dead for several weeks prior to her body being discovered, Williams said. Again, giving us nothing but trash, fake information. I think I already read this, but the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner has not determined a cause or manner of her death, so we don't know for sure if anyone has any criminal culpability for her death beyond the concealment of her dead body.
Chad, I know this is off the wall. I know this is random, but you know what would be really fucking good right now? Some White Castle burgers.
What the fuck?
I ain't even gonna lie. Some sliders with some onion rings, some chicken fries, or the chicken rings.
Which goes against what that guy on the news clip said, because he said it is a homicide, and now here they're saying, well, we actually don't know if someone did murder her. Williams also confirmed that the LAPD did serve a search warrant at a residence near where the car was towed. I mean, yeah, we know this. They also said we are looking into everything the captain told people, which supports the theory that they are investigating literally everyone and everything. They're not just going after David, they're going after everyone around him, his entourage, his friends, interviewing them, questioning them. And of course, David has not been named a suspect or charged with a crime in relation to the case. His representative has not responded to multiple requests for comment from the people. So guys, don't you think it's weird that the LAPD are not giving us anything? Like, think about it. This,
Get the fuck out the way.
news, and then this one here in this article, they just said a bunch of nothing. They yapped, and then you finished reading it, and you realized
need
they
help.
said
Want
nothing.
me?
Apart from repeating
And what the fuck is going on?
All right, man. Enough cussing.
Oh yeah, you are.
Now I kind of
That's why I told them
understand
you
why
go
they're
in my
keeping
room for
everything on the
very
low. Like, this
I'm
is
gonna
a
just
big
bleep it.
case
I just
with
don't
big
have to bleep too
celebrity.
much.
They've got to
I'm
make
used to
sure
bleeping
they
the whole
don't
episode.
ruin the case. If they say something,
Plus, you only got to beep
public
like the
that
first
they're
5
not
minutes, and then you
supposed to,
good.
that could go
No, you don't
against
gotta do
them
that
during
anymore.
the
You
trial.
can cuss in the
So
first
again, as we
couple
all
seconds
know
you
by
do
now,
that.
and I've
Oh,
repeated
really?
a lot of times in my previous videos, I think they're not making an arrest yet because they're trying to build a solid case. I read something about that, like, if you get arrested,
I ain't gonna lie, that chain he got on hard.
trial, which means the trial has to take place in like the
Nah, hey, that chain he got on hard, that's fire. That right there, y'all see that? That chain he got on hard.
after you're charged, meaning that like
Nah, that shit fire. What? That bitch go hard.
arrested, you have the right to a speedy trial, which means the trial has to take place in like the 60 days after you're charged, meaning from when they arrested, they only have 60 days to basically go to court and have all the evidence ready. So that's why they're probably trying to build the case first, finish their investigation,
Chat going crazy.
charge him, so they have everything ready and they're ready to fight him in court. Because you know, David, he's gonna have the world's best lawyers, or the best lawyers in California. So if the police don't have a proper case, that trial, you know, David might win, or the trial, or the case might get thrown out. Look, if you guys didn't know, you guys know the rapper Y&W who shot his 2 friends, apparently, allegedly. He got arrested in 2018.
Yeah, come on,
it
bro.
took the police 4 months to arrest him after the crime was committed, and now 7 years later, he's still not found guilty or not guilty. They had 1 trial, but I think there was a hung jury, something along those lines, and they've just constantly been delaying his trial.
Hey, free my nigga Millie, bro.
His next trial is in 2026, so that's going to be 8 years. So he's just been sat rotting in jail almost 10 years.
It's not getting out for
still not tried or convicted, which kind of makes the police look
Free
stupid,
Melly.
and you know they're wasting taxpayers' money. And that's the
We
thing.
literally only
Guys.
lost
If
because
David
Trump
gets
stopped
arrested,
playing
it
and
might even
didn't
take
kick
a while
Trump.
for him to go to court
Yeah,
if
that's
it's
how
a speedy trial. Yeah, of course we don't know.
You got a bail,
We're
bro.
kind of talking about theories and stuff, but we don't really know what's going to happen. Now, I want to show you guys something else because simply I haven't
Chat, we are
any
here
of
thirsty.
my past videos. So most of you have already seen
that
this
water, it's just
probably,
not cold.
but Celeste was caught on CCTV here. Her home was like this direction. She came around the corner and ran down the street. This was at 7 a.m. on the 19th of March in 2024. Now, realistically, this doesn't give us much. This is just a clip of apparently her running away from home. You can see her running over here, and then she runs past this girl. And people pointed out that this girl here, she kind of looked back. I'm not sure if you guys will be able to tell on the quality on YouTube. But that girl spins her head. Maybe she was her classmate. She knew her from school. But the owner of the CCTV, he owns the liquor store nearby, and he said that apparently Celeste was ready to get into a car at the end of the road. Maybe that was David picking her up. That's what people are saying, because the liquor store owner literally said apparently there was a car waiting. He knew there was a car waiting at the end of the road, and she got into it.
Man, we don't know who that was. You can't just say it was David just because y'all want to say it was David.
Seen her. Do your security cameras perhaps have any footage of her? He told us that he went back at the sister's request and he did look. And on March 19th, 2024, he did see her in front of the store, go across the street and then down the street a bit and get into someone's car. He said by the time she got in the car, it was out of focus of his security camera, so he couldn't tell what kind of car it was or who else was in the car, but he did see her.
One of the details was that it's 7 a.m. And I thought, what on earth could be going on in her life at 7 a.m. that this would cause a problem and her sister would eventually ask for this video that day. And then I thought, well, that's usually a school bus pickup or drop up, you know, a pickup time. So is it thought that maybe she left home ostensibly to go to the school bus, didn't get on the school bus. Eventually, when she was reported as truant, maybe her sister started to ask, well, I wonder if she ever did get on the school bus, and found a video showing that she didn't.
Yeah, that is exactly what happened here, actually, because the liquor store owner told us he was aware of Celeste and most of the kids in that neighborhood. Again, this liquor store is on the end of the block where Celeste's family lives. And he said that all the kids, when they would get off the school bus, or even when they were getting on the school bus, they would come into his store to buy, drinks or candy, snacks. And so he spoke to a lot of the kids. He knew Celeste, and he told us that, as far as he knew, there was he didn't know of any like trouble at home, or that she was in any jeopardy or anything that he knew of. We have been told by law enforcement sources that they described her home life as troubled.
And we know David, he was seen in like Elsinore. So was David picking her up at 7 a.m. on a school day? Look, we really don't know, and it started to freak me out that we don't know what's going on. Every day I'm refreshing Reddit, Twitter, whatever, hoping to get some new news, but nothing's coming out. Like this CCTV, yeah, it's like kind of cool that somebody found it and we get to see her run away, I guess, but it doesn't really help us in any way. We knew she ran away, and this was in 2024. It's not even like a new 2025 sighting, so yeah, it just doesn't really help us much at all. And actually, guys, from that same news clip, they spoke about how it's weird that the LAPD are keeping quiet because they could actually use the public's help. There's been many cases, especially in the times of social media in modern times. I mean, even before social media, they just put out, like the hotlines, and you can bring them up with evidence or that you witnessed something, and that has helped solve crimes. So for the LAPD to keep quiet and not really say anything, ask for any public support, it's weird.
You and I have talked a little bit about this before, but I keep thinking every day something will loosen up with the LAPD. But I feel like you're getting the sense that this is one of the most tight-lipped cases they've had.
And I'm not sure exactly why, but that is an accurate description. I mean, we cover a lot of stories not like this necessarily, but we cover a lot of stories involving law enforcement here in the Hollywood area. You usually hear something, right? The, the police forces are too large to not hear something, and there is a clear order from someone to make sure that we keep a tight lid on whatever it is that they've learned at this point. We've just heard so little.
Aren't you so shocked? I mean, honestly, if this is the kind of case that screams for the public, we need your help. If you saw something on this date or this time or in this window, please call us. Like, tips help. You can ask the people in the Idaho case. The tips helped, and they really do bring in a lot of information and good leads. There's been nothing. There's been no request from the LAPD, which tells me they got what they need. They just need to figure out what the next step is to make sure it's not a mess.
And that they're trying to figure out how to connect some dots.
So you guys, let me thought.
Hey man, who knows, bro? For real.
In the
Who
back
knows?
of my mind.
You die. But yeah, no, that was David's team and LAPD released new statements by Domikowski. I don't know how you said it. I'll put his channel in the description. You guys go check him out.
This missing runaway was. How did it go unchecked? How did no one knock on the David's door that she went to the movie with and say, she's 13, just turned.
Yeah,
Her
literally.
parents want her back, and you need to come in for questioning.
Yeah,
literally though.
Especially because we know that she had gone missing, run away earlier in 2024, and the police did.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's crazy. That's my whole theory, chat. If I'm being honest with you, I feel like the mama did it. I feel like the mom and the manager is the ones that played a part in her death. It's weird how all of this shit was going on, but the mom nor the family was saying shit about nothing until all of this shit started blowing up and popping off. Oh, now the family got all this shit to say. Now they want this money. They want that. They want this. What happened to all this when everything was going down? If y'all knew she was with David, why weren't y'all making reports and like fucking, you know what I mean? Why weren't y'all saying shit? That shit's going on for way too long for niggas to be all like, nah, like, let's be real. You feel me? I feel like this shit is just a cash grab. I feel like niggas is just out for money. And that little shorty was the perfect target. And David was just the perfect setup. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about that shit, man. Crazy vid, crazy shit, man. But it's a reason why he not in jail. That's another thing. It's a reason why he not locked up. And yeah, you can say like, oh, look at Mother, for Instagram. All right, but like, come on. If we got so much evidence against this nigga, he would have been wrapped up already.
People playing judges saying
like,
he not.
Exactly. So, you know what I mean?
People don't know what's going on. That's why I'm just sitting here waiting.
Everybody just grasping at straws. But one thing I can say for sure, it's a reason why he not locked up yet. It's a reason why he not locked up yet. And then I got another theory. Y'all know he denied a deal with Rock Nation to sign the Interscope. Who owns Rock Nation? Who best friends with the owner of Rock Nation? That's just another theory, but we'll get into that some other time. I hope y'all niggas enjoyed the video, man. Y'all already know what they do.